सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाखया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण परमात्मने नमः। So we had started with the 7th chapter, and there have been a lot of information to go to the next Shatkam. That is, what is Ishvara? What is Ishvara? Abhivyakta, Nimitta Karanam, Upadana Karanam, Vivarta Karanam. Okay, what are the different drishtis? Where is the effort need to be put? All these things we saw, because this is required as a background, and then the second Shatkam becomes easy, because in the 7th chapter itself Bhagavan has started totally a different way of explaining it to Arjuna. Till what he did in the first 6 chapters says that your effort you have to do, and from the 7th chapter he says it is all me which you are seeing everywhere. Okay, so we will see the gist of it, where Ishvara Swarupaha and Bhakti, these are the two topics, out of which we have seen already the Ishvara Swarupaha, the Para Prakriti and Apara Prakriti are the two ones where he says clearly that I have a higher nature and I have a lower nature. The lower nature is visible to everyone, but the higher nature pervades over everything for the lower nature to work. Aham Brahma, but I also have the Maya Shakti, the Prakriti, which is seen, experienced, and that is what is in all transactions. And that is the one which people forget, that the Brahman or the Atma which is there, that is although there but not visible to people. As much as gold is there in every ornament but not visible, we only look at the design. Okay, as much as clay is there in the pot, but we always have pot drishti and not clay drishti. As much as water is there in every water body, but we have ocean drishti, sea drishti, well drishti, rain drishti, wave drishti, but never water drishti. Okay, so at all times these two drishtis are there. One is that independent one, which is the adhishtana, and the other one is which is the adhyastha, which is superimposed on this, due to which that is being visible to us. So some of these are very clearly beautiful examples coming from the Upanishads. The Chandogya Upanishad says, Yatha Saumya Ekena Mritpindena Sarva Mrinmayam Nyatam Syad Vacharambhanam Vikaro Namadheyaha. Okay. Once you understand that every pot is clay, then pot or anything, Vacharambanam Vikaro Namadheyaha. It is just form, name, function. Otherwise, the main satta in it is only clay. Similarly, yatha saumya ekena lohamadina sarvam lohamayam vijnatam syad vacharammanam vikaro namadeya lohamityeva satyam. Okay. So when you see various things, lohamadina means all those which are related to iron. In everything, what is there, vyapta, is iron. Once you see iron, then rest everything is vacharammanam vikaro namadheyaha. Lohameva satyam. Okay. So we have to understand what is the satyam and what is the mithya. Like that, many examples are given in Chandogya Upanishad to say that two drishtis are always there. The more we are into that dependent drishti, which is changing with name, form, and function, that much we forget that particular drishti, which is the adhishtana. And that is why our this Maya Shakti has got two parts. This Maya Shakti has got two parts. It's a Shakti and it has got two parts. One is called Avarana Shakti and other is called Vikshepa Shakti. Avarana Shakti is the ability to cover. Vikshepa Shakti is the ability to bring it out and show. Okay. So Maya Shakti, whenever, even after seeing, sometimes you are not able to recollect that you have seen. That is called, and it has got an ability to cover, very easily it will cover. Like that, Maya's Avarana Shakti is covering Brahman. And it is projecting itself with the Vikshepa Shakti. Are you able to get that? This game is played by Maya, and once we know that we should not, and both these Shaktis are needed, very much needed. If whatever needs to be not shown by the Prakriti should not be shown because it is needed. For example, just imagine Maya's only Vikshepa Shakti is there. Will you be able to sleep? It is because of Maya's Avarana Shakti you are able to sleep. Correct? Isn't it because of Maya's Vikshepa Shakti you understand that we are not able to see this which is covered by Maya? Who is telling us that? Who is making us understand? It's Maya's Vikshepa Shakti. So both are working at all times. Our job is to go beyond that and see based on what these two Shaktis are working. Okay. And at no point of time we should tell that this is good part of Maya, this is bad part of Maya. No, Maya is Maya. Matter is. It is needed. Very much needed. Okay. And hence, that is how that Srishti continues. So whatever is happening is perfectly right. We need to get that ability to see beyond what is that which we are seemingly looking as reality. There is a seemingly looked reality and there is an actual reality. Right? For example, when you go to a movie and that hero does a role of a beggar, don't you know that he is a multi-millionaire but he is doing a role of a beggar? Correct? Like that, we have to understand that this Brahman Atma is the one which is the Adhishtana on which this whole game is happening. That screen is the Adhishtana on which this movie is happening. Movies will come and go, but the screen will still remain there. People will come and go, but the screen will remain there. Popcorns will come and go, but the screen will remain there. That is why screen eva satyam. Movie eva mithya. Movati iti movie. Are you able to get? Similarly, and when the movie is going on, do you anytime see the screen, or the screen is covered by the movie? So Maya's Avarana Shakti covers the screen with the Vikshepa Shakti of the movie. Such a beautiful thing. Both are working. Just see here. One is covering, other is portraying. And both are required. Both are very much essential. We have to understand both are of a lower order. That's all. You should not say, no, 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 that Maya should not be there. Maya is bad. It is Mithya. No, no, no. Never say that. We should get that ability to see beyond that what is the Satya. And that is what the Shastra teaches. How to see that? So Dvaita, Advaita, Samakala Drishti you will always see. That which is ever changing, that which is never changing, both Drishti will be Samakala at the same time you will see. You have to fine tune that frequency to go to the Adhishtana and not which is Adhyastha. Are you able to get? When I have a gem, money, which is a sphatika or something, which is very, very like a prism. It's got nothing in it. And you bring a red color flower, this whole thing becomes red. If I tell that this sphatika is red, won't I be a fool? Now, without the sphatika, can this red color be seen? No. But does the sphatika have the color? No. Then how did the color come? The color of the flower got superimposed on the sphatika, and as though the sphatika is red in color, it looks. Are you able to understand? Like that, we have to always know that Adhishtana, the base on which the projection is happening, is the Satyam. And that projected is Mithya or Maya. It doesn't have a independent existence. It has to depend on the Satta for its existence. Correct? The ornament has to depend on gold for its existence. The pot has to depend on clay for its existence. The wave has to depend on water for its existence. The movie has to depend on the screen for its existence. Yes or no? Is it clear? So both are visible. Now I have to see what is seemingly seen or what is beyond that which is supporting it. And the moment we start tuning ourselves to see that, then we see that that is a single thing across. It is not different. It is one fabric on which all these are projections. Everything is a projection. Is it clear? थोड़ा कुछ समझ में आ रहा है. I know it is tough because it is far away from what is our vyavahara reality and the logic. But logically we know it is possible and it is there because we are seeing examples which we can see both. But when it comes to day, I'm always enamored by the physical existence which is outward, and I always forget that substratum on which this is projected. And that is a great job of our Maya's Avarana Shakti. Why? Avarana Shakti will not allow to show that. Vikshepa Shakti has got variety, creativity, so many things it has got which is going to catch our attention. Maha Adbhuta Anirvachaniya Maya. Okay. In 109th shloka of Viveka Chudamani. Very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. How he has explained that Maya Shakti. Very nicely explained. Okay, we'll see that. We'll learn everything slowly. Fine. Now, with this background, when we go ahead, he says from the 7th chapter 8th shloka to the 13th shloka, It is Vishwarupa Darshana. He is saying that everything in this Vishwam is me only and nothing else. Actually, it is that. Okay. He says, you do not have to see something new. Then what you have to do? In whatever you are seeing, you have to change your attitude of seeing. Okay. See, people who have got this bifocal specs, you all will understand this clearly. The lower portion of that is for reading. The upper portion or the middle onwards is for seeing distance. So whenever you want to read, automatically you adjust to see it this way. You don't read it like this. You bring it down so that you can see. And when you have to see it also, you adjust to see on the top portion. That means what are you doing? We are intelligent enough to switch the area through which we are seeing. Now it is at Verulux and also it is going in a very different way, so you don't know. But earlier that bifocal, you could see that differentiation very clearly. And गलती से उससे दूर देखेंगे तो कुछ नहीं दिखेगा. सेम वे ऊपर का साइड से पढ़ने को देखेगा तो कुछ नहीं दिखेगा. Correct? Like that, both the drishtis are there. We have to only not change anything. We don't have to change specs. We have to change the attitude in which we are seeing. And this is what he talks from 8th shloka to the 13th shloka. Rasohamapsu kaunteya prabhasya shashi suryayoh prabhavas sarva vedeshu shabdakhai paurushan nrishu. Correct? Correct. Rasohamapsu kaunteya. See, apsu means water. Ras is what? The wetness. I am the wetness of the water. Rasoham apsu kaunteya prabha asmi shashi surya yoho. Let it be the moon or let it be the sun. Prabha prakarshena bhati iti prabha. Bha, a very beautiful word. Bha. Natad bhasayate suryaha. Okay, that bha means effulgence. That effulgence of that is me. Let it be Chandra, Nakshatra, Taranam, anything you take, I am that sum and substance of it. Okay. Pranava sarva vedeshu. In all the Vedas, I am Pranava Omkara. Shabda khe paurushan nrishu. What is K? K means, you know what is K? Another beautiful word. Space is called K. K gachati khagaha. That one moves in the space is called khagaha, bird. Aeroplane can also be called khagaha. Whatever moves on the space, you call it khagaha. K gachati iti khagaha. Very simple, right? So, what is the coordinate for space? What is the coordinate? Hopefully, you all remember this. Huh? Coordinate for space is what?
Sound.
Shabdaha. Correct? Prithivyapastejo vayurakasha shabdasparsha rupa rasagandha. Each of this I have got the primary coordinates, and if you remember, okay, so space has got shabda, directions. You remember that blinded game we play? Close your eyes. It's only through sound you understand where the person is. So space is understood by sound. Shabda K. So I am the Shabda in K. If Shabda is not there, K will not be known at all. Okay. Punyo gandha prithivyancha Gandha of Prithvi. Prithvi is known by what? Gandhavati Prithvi. Meri mati ki boo. Correct? So as Shabda Khe Prithvi Gandha. Okay. पुण्यो गंधः पृथिव्यांच तेजश्चास्मि विभावसो जीवनं सर्वभूतेषु तपश्चास्मि तपस्विषु बीजं मां सर्वभूतानां I am the seed of everything. Bijam mam sarvabhutanam viddhi parthi sanatanam buddhir buddhimatam asmi. If someone says, I have got buddhi, I am the wisdom of that buddhi. I am the wisdom of the intellect. How is intellect known? Only by wisdom. Buddhir buddhimatam asmi tejas tejasvinamaham balam balavatam chaham. Isn't it the same which he is going to tell again in the 10th chapter in Vibhuti Yoga? He is going to tell exactly the same. Why? Arjuna did not understand this. So he has to repeat in a big way again. Okay. Balam balavatam chaham kamaraga vivarjitam dharma viruddho bhuteshu kamosmi bharatarshava. Dharma viruddhe bhuteshu kamaha. Anything viruddha to the dharma, that is not me. That is what is kama, desire. Asmi, Bharatarshava. Even in kama, it is me who is talking viruddha of dharma, which you are getting attached to. Okay. ये चैव सात्विका भावाः राजसास्तामशाश्च ये मत्त एवेति तान् विद्धि न त्वहं तेषु ते मयि. Natu aham. See this, the way it is put. This all are absolutely like tongue. You have to use a lot of intelligence to understand this. Natu aham teshu te mayi. Na tu. I am not teshu. What is teshu? Sahataute. Saptami bahuvachanantaha. Tasmin tayoho teshu. That means in you all. Natu aham. I am not in you all. हम बोलते हैं ना भगवान हमारे सबके अंदर भगवान है. He says no, no, no. I am not in you all. Why the other way around is to teach this. The Upanishad goes the ulta way. Says Anupravesha. In Srishti, Bhagavan entered everyone. From one many came. So Kamayata, correct? He actually says no. Don't look at it that way that I went into everyone and I am in everyone. No. He says, Te Mayi Sahatau Te. You all, Mayi, are in me. I am not in everyone, but all of you all are in me. See it that way. Are you able to get this? Drishti is not exactly opposite of what we are seeing. I am not in everyone, but actually everyone are in me. That means how many are there? Only one is there. If you say Bhagavan is in everyone, that is that philosophy, Bhagavan in everyone is Vishishtadvaitam or Veda Veda. Very clearly it is Veda Veda. That means one Bhagavan is there as a part in everyone. So there is one which is a whole and part of it is there in everyone. He says no. That is a wrong understanding. Everyone are in me and you call yourself as parts. For me it is one. Purely Advaita. Are you able to see the two views which is coming here? Dvaita is very clear, it has gone off. Now we are saying that Ishvara and we are connected. So either Vishishta Dvaita or Dvaita can come, Advaita can come. Very clearly he brings it out that it is not Vishishta Dvaita, it is Advaita only. All are in me, I am not in everyone. समझ में आ रहा है? Water is there in the wave, waves are not there in water. Gold are there in the ornaments, ornaments is not there in the gold. Getting it? So we are all there in Bhagavan, which are as different reflections. There is only one Brahman. Nattvaham teshu te mayi. So beautifully it is going. Just see how that change of view is coming here. Okay. Then he gives that logic. Tribhir gunamayer bhavaha ebhis sarvamidam jagat. My three gunas is what you always keep seeing. Those three gunas is full of transaction, variety, novelty, everything, and that is why it is so eye-catching. Mohitam nabhijanati. See, mohitam, you get disillusioned completely. It is an illusion completely. Mohitam na abhijanati. Why? You don't see me then. You are only seeing my gunas. And that is what you are considering as me. See, me and my chappal means my chappal is not me. Me and my donkey, that means donkey is not me. Me and my guna, then how can guna be me? But what are we doing? We consider that guna itself as him. Are you able to get that? He says that is a problem. The gunas are superimposed on me. I am there. Tribhir gunai my tribhir gunamayer bhavaihi. Okay, and then he says, Daivi Hyesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratyaya. This is exactly what 108 shloka I said, na? Viveka Chudamani. Same. Daivi Hyesha Gunamayi. My Shakti is a Strilinga, Daivi. It is Gunamayi, filled with gunas. Mama Maya Duratyaya. Mameva ye prapadyante maya metam tarantite. It comes out of me, but people get completely disillusioned only in that. Okay. Namam dushkritino moodaha prapadyante naradamaha mayaya apahrita jnanaha. You know what is apahrita? Apaharan. Apaharan. सीता का अपहरण हुआ मतलब क्या? Sita went by her own wish. Did Sita go by her own wish to Ravana? No, na. Apaharan means what? Forcefully abducting, taking away. Correct? What is he saying? Mayaya apahrita jnanam. This Maya abducts your knowledge about me. That means what? I'm covered by this Maya. This Maya is dress of me that you can never see me at all. And you are stuck with this Maya, and your knowledge is completely abducted by this Maya. The true knowledge, what Brahma Satyam, is completely gone off. Jagan Mithyatvam is what is considered as reality. What do we consider? Everything around me is real, is what we will say, or it is Mithya, you will say. You will say it is Satya, na? That's what is the problem. He says everything is in me, but you consider everything to be independently present there, separate than me. See the tone how which it is going, huh? Completely different than first 6 chapters. Okay. Now, then after this, he comes to the topic called Bhakti. He says once your knowledge is abducted, then there are four types of people. Chaturvida bhajante mam jana sukritinorjuna artho jijnasurartharti jnani cha bharatarshava. A very good shloka to understand what bhakti is. The whole bhakti yoga is based on this. He says, Namam Chaturvida bhajante mam. First of all, this jnanam is completely abducted. Now, how much this jnanam is abducted, you can grade people. And like that, you will make four types of people. Okay. So you have four types of people. And their names are Artha Bhakta, Arthartha Bhakta, Jitnyasu Bhakta, and Jnani Bhakta. Clear? Let us see what are these. Artha Bhakta. What is Artha Bhakta? Now Ganpati is going to come. Correct? भगवान मेरा ये होएगा तो मैं 11 मोदक का प्रसाद चढ़ाऊंगा. कॉन्ट्रैक्ट भक्ति. करेक्ट? कॉन्ट्रैक्ट भक्ति. दैट 3 इडियट्स. नाग देवता रोज मैं दूध पिलाऊंगा, मुझे पास करवा दो बस. कॉन्ट्रैक्ट भक्ति. Okay, that means here this person is using God as a means to fulfill his desire. समझ में आ रहा है? I know I have my limitation to get my desires fulfilled. I know that you have got additional abilities. You please use that ability and I will corrupt you. I will give you something for it. So one type of bhakti is this bhakti, which is called contract bhakti. The beauty in this is what you know. In the contract, the clause is what you know. You first do, then I will give. I am not sure whether you will do or not. तुम ऐसा किया तो मैं ये करूंगा. That is the contract. मेरा ये काम हुआ तो प्रसाद चढ़ाऊंगा, नहीं तो देवी माँ का वहां माथा टेकने आऊंगा, whatever मुंडन कराऊंगा. You say whatever you want. That means you first fulfill your promise, then I will think of what I should do. But we have a contract. Contract bhakti. Clear? This is called Artha Bhakti. Artha Bhakti, Artha you give me, you are the giver of Artha, for that I will do something for you. Assuming that you are waiting for that. Like a beggar, this Bhagavan is waiting. कभी मिलने वाला है इसका ये पेड़ा. Thank God he told me or she told me. Otherwise I would not get this time का पेड़ा नहीं मिलने वाला है. Bhagavan is waiting. And before that, what has Bhagavan told? Natvaham teshu te bayi. I don't need the peda is in me. And if you don't understand, Artha Bhakti first. Our Shastra se chalega. No problem. Shuru to karo. It is better than not even starting. Hai ki nahi? Which is better? Saying that I don't believe anything. I will not do anything also. God is also not there. Kuch aisa hone wala hi nahi. Everything is going to just go off. Like some people right now. If this particular pandemic or something grows, in another 40 years, the world will go off. As though the world has given the horoscope and given them, yeah, this is the date when I'm going to go. ये क्या है ये? Can the world go like this? They make projections, na? ऐसा ऐसा हुआ तो ऐसा होएगा, and like this everything will go off. Meaningless. Correct? We are too small to understand this complexity of this Maya. That is Ishvara Srishti. How many pralayas have come and how many Srishtis have come, and they are saying that we will go off. What if everyone goes, चलो अच्छा है, एक जन्मा खत्म हो गया और क्या है? Faster. It was. It is. There is an example. There were two people who were actually praying to Bhagavan for moksha, and there was a sadhu going by. So they asked, "Where are you going?" He said, "I'm going to meet Bhagavan." So these people thought, "Yes, okay, we will put our question to him. Can you help us out one way? You check with whenever you meet Bhagavan, you help, you ask him, after how many janmas I will get moksha." Both of them asked the same question. So after some days, months, or years, the sadhu came by. These two were sitting there only, waiting for moksha. So to the first one, he said, after 467 janmas, you will get moksha. So this person said, my God, still 467 janmas I have to take to get moksha. After doing so much, also I have to still take 467 janmas. He says, I am just a messenger. What was told to me, I am telling you. I said, okay. Now the other person said, what did Bhagavan tell me? He said, nothing. You have to take janmas as many leaves are there in this tree. You're sitting below a tree, then as many leaves are there in this tree, that many janmas you have to take after that moksha. He said, thank God. Only so many. In this one tree leaves, na? That's all. No problem. That means moksha is guaranteed. Outlook, huh? Nothing else. Outlook. One feels 467 is too much. How many leaves will be there? Thousands of leaves, lakhs of leaves will be there. Still, this person is saying only this, na? I don't know. Good, he didn't say many trees. Only one tree. I'm very happy. Means what? This person is already mukta. So we have to understand this artha bhakti very clearly is contract bhakti. And don't expect that Bhagavan is going to, after he does, he is waiting for you that you have to go and give it. Okay. But there is a lot of people who are there. In our houses also we know elderly people are there. इसका बच्चा एग्जाम में पास होएगा तो मिठाई बन जाएगा घर पे एंड वी विल ऑल वेट आज कौन पास हुआ मिठाई के लिए बाकी कुछ नहीं है कि नहीं ऑल एल्डरली पीपल एंड ऑल ये सब है छोटा मोटा चालू ही रहेगा वो देते रहेंगे दे विल कीप ऑन गिविंग वो घूस देते रहेंगे भगवान को ये होने दो ये होने दो ये होने दो ये होने दो बड़ा बड़ा नहीं छोटा छोटा अपना घर पे भी है सबका घर पे हमारे अंदर भी है खाली इतना एक ठीक होने दो भगवान बोल के एक नमस्कार कर देने का दैट इज कॉल्ड आर्थ भक्ति but that is required. It is better than abhakta. At least you are agreeing that there is something which is beyond me. Otherwise you will say I am only everything. Then comes the second one, which is called chaukidar bhakti. These are my names, which I have given. Don't search any book, you will not get it. Arthartha bhakti means what? Chaukidar bhakti. Bhagavan, you did a good job of giving me all this. Now you have given me, you have to protect it. Keep that income tax fellow away from this place. Swami Chinmayananda says very nicely, third chapter, he will tell that Lalaji made a marble room and a marble Krishna, and every day full puja, one full room for Krishna. How much of large hearted is marble room for Krishna and marble Krishna, and then every vessel there is made up of silver. Every day doodh pak, fresh doodh pak for Krishna. This Lalaji, when he goes out of the house, he will come first, do namaskar, take the bag from this room and go. And after coming back, he will first come to this room, keep this bag and say, Krishna, it is all yours. He did not have faith on his wife also. He never gave the bag to the wife also. He used to come and keep in front of this Chaukidar Krishna. One day, unfortunately, there was a raid. They not only took all the wealth, they also took the papers which was in front of Krishna. Lalaji immediately came to Krishna. You can't even be a Chaukidar. So many years I have been taking care of you and giving doodh pak every day. What did I get? Okay, if money would have gone, it's okay. But all what I have done, the papers also have gone. Now you have to pay for it. Now I will go. Who is going to take care of you? समझ में आ रहा है? अर्थार्थ भक्ति है ये. Who is going to take care of you now? You deserve it. Arthartha bhakti. Chaukidar bhakti. That means I have put effort and got everything. You protect it. You protect it. समझ में आ रहा है? फर्स्ट वन इज लेना बैंक के लिए कॉन्ट्रैक्ट भक्ति. एक बार आ गया उसको संभालने के लिए द सेकेंड भक्ति अर्थार्थ भक्ति, सिक्योरिटी भक्ति. द थर्ड भक्त is called Jignasu Bhakti. Now this Jignasu Bhakti, see, very simple. The first one was Kama Pradhana Bhakti. Second one was Artha Pradhana Bhakti. Kama Pradhana Bhakti, desire Pradhana. Artha Pradhana means what? Security. So that you can continue your desire. Protecting that. So what is going to be the third one? Two Purusharthas have already gone. One who is Kama Pradhana is Artha Bhakti. One who is the second one who is Artha Pradhana is Arthartha Bhakta. What is the third Purushartha? Dharma. So here this person values Dharma more than anything. More than Arthakama also. Correct? And that is why it's called Jignasu Bhakti. What is Jignasu Bhakti? I have Paripurna Vairagya of everything. But I have only one desire, Bhagavan. One desire. A legitimate desire. For which I need you. I want moksha. I'm ready to leave everything, but I want moksha, which you can give me. Are you able to get this? This bhakta is called Jignasu Bhakta. I will tie one knot with me and you so that all the other knots are freed up. I am not interested in any other knot in this universe. Paripurna Vairagya, but I have one desire. I want moksha. Every mumukshu is a jignasu bhakta. It's a legitimate, it's a need. Because when you want to pole vault, you need a pole. And that pole is Ishvara. You have to depend completely on the pole to vault it, right? So that is Ishvara, very, very legitimate. So he has given up all the desire, artha, everything given, paripurna vairagya, but I want Bhagavan for only one thing, I want moksha. Clear? And the last one is a Jnani Bhakta. Who is a Jnani Bhakta? One who is already Mukta. Means what? He has got the Jnanam that me and Bhagavan are no different. Aham eva Brahma Asmi. So I have nothing. You don't exist. I don't exist. We both are only one. We are not existing separately. What is there to ask? Do you ask yourself something? I want this from me. Do you ask that? You can't ask. You can't ask something to yourself, right? That means you need to have someone else to ask. If there is only one, there is no question of asking. So even he doesn't ask, I want moksha, because he is mukta. That knowledge that I and Bhagavan are the same, if that knowledge is paripurna with jnana nishta, he is mukta. He doesn't have even bandha and moksha are words. It is a state of mind. Understand that. Atma is never bandha or mukta. And he says, I am Atma. Aham Ishvara, Aham Brahma. Asavadityaha, Esha Purushaha. I am that Adityaha. I am everything. I have got nothing to gain. I have got nothing to lose because I am ever present as Satchitananda. That's it. And that is Jnani Bhakta. Yet, he will do namaskara for this Bhagavan. For what? Krita Krityohama, he has done everything what he has to do, he has got nothing else to do, but still he will do namaskara, he will, that is called thanksgiving bhakti. I am always ever thankful to you that you, that knowledge which was in me, you ensured that it manifested out and I understood it. And I am ever thankful to you. Okay, so Paramarthikena, there is no Bhagavan and there is no him, but Vyavaharika, because that mind still exists, that mind exists till he dies, till the Prarabdha gets over. So that mind will have transaction, and in that transaction, there has to be an Ishvara, and he has to be always thankful to that Ishvara, but that Ishvara is not limited to any Murti or Bhagavan or any nothing. Everything is Ishvara because that is only one Ishvara. Natvaham teshu te mayi, he has understood it very clearly. And he is with that knowledge at all times. And that is Jnani Bhakti. Is it clear? Four bhaktis. First one, contract bhakti. Second one, security bhakti. Third one, dharmika, jijnasu bhakti, which is I have single desire, moksha. Parama Purushartha, moksha eva ichha. No other thing. For that I am ready to give up everything. But you have to give me moksha. I am dependent on you for moksha. I will put my effort. You have to do your part, for which I depend on you. That dependence, mutual dependence is there. That means Bhagavan is different, I am different. pole is different. The one who is volting with the pole is different. And the last one is Jnani, where Bhagavan is no different than me. I have nothing to gain, I have nothing to lose, I have no desire, I have no vairagya, nothing. Yet, because my prarabdha is on, I will always be thankful to you and I will always bow down humbly to you because you gave me such a thing that you made you made me realize that there is no janma at all. We all say what this should be my last janma. I don't want next janma, correct? This person says you made me realize that this janma also is not there at all, which I was thinking it is there. That is why I'm thankful to you. Able to get this four different bhaktas. Very beautifully it is. So see, Chaturvida bhajante mam jana sukriti norjana arto jijnasur artharti. They have interchanged the sequence. Artaha, then arthartaha, then jijnasu. They have jijnasu, they have put first, and then arthartha they have put. That is for poetic reasons, nothing else. Jnani cha bharatarshava. Now he confirms. Tesham jnani nitya yuktaha eka bhaktir vishishyate priyo hi jnani notyartam aham sa cha mama priyaha. Now Bhagavan is telling that me and Jnani, he is very closest to me. Here Bhagavan is talking like an Ajnaniya. We have to understand this. Why? He is speaking to Arjuna. If Bhagavan says there is no difference between me and you, Arjuna, then there will be a problem. Because Arjuna is not in that level of understanding. So for him, how he is telling, he says, Priyo hi jnanino iti artham aham sa cha mama priyaha. Aham mama priyaha. I and my priya both are is the same for me. He is the closest to me. Okay. Then that is how he actually talks, and then he gives a very important aspect called Shraddha. Okay. What is Shraddha? This is another aspect. It is a part of this bhakti. That is why whenever we tell Shraddha, bhakti goes hand in hand. And this can be a confusion. Shraddha bhakti we say. Is Shraddha equal to bhakti? Is bhakti equal to Shraddha? If Shraddha and bhakti are different, then what is bhakti and what is Shraddha? When common words are questioned, it becomes very difficult. When Vishesha words are questioned, it is very easy. Definitions are clear. But these are so common. If you question this, then it becomes a problem. Bhakti is the manifestation of the attitude. How I express my attitude. Shraddha is the attitude. Correct? Shraddha is that belief system. Again, when I say belief, it is not faith. I will not, that word faith, even though even my acharyas tell the word faith at some places, we have to understand that that faith word has somewhere a connection with blind. Faith means blind faith. And there is no place for blind faith. Okay, that is why I will try as much as possible not to use this word called faith. Then what do we use? Okay. Shraddha is defined as, how do you go to Shraddha? I'll tell you. It's a little tricky way to understand Shraddha, but that is the only way to understand Shraddha. And hence, if we understand Shraddha that way, we will know that there is no equivalent word in any other language other than calling it Shraddha. I have 5 primary instruments that bring information inside me. Yes or no? Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. 5 antennas are there which brings information. Do each of them have a separate domain? Can the eyes tell what the ears are saying, or can the ears tell what the nose is telling? And can it either agree or disagree or prove or disprove? Both cannot be possible, because each of the 5 are at 5 different domains, and they are the primary source of information. Now tell me, when someone says that I saw this person is like that, and you have seen contrary to what that person has seen, which will you believe? Your eyes or that person? Your eyes. Correct? Why? That is a primary source of information. Can never challenge my primary source of information. Correct? Now, this primary source of information leads over a period of time to inferences. That inference, when we say the data is not visible, the actual reality is not visible, but from the symptoms or from the things around it, you make an inference. By looking at the smoke, you say fire is there. Correct? If there is a smoke somewhere, the fire is not visible, but the smoke gives us a clear idea that there should be a fire. Why? The smoke and fire association has been seen as data point many a times by me with my eyes, which is a primary source of information. Are you able to get this? Okay. This association gives inference. Then you have one more thing which is called a probability theory, which works in our mind at every point of time. When similar sequences happen over a period of time, these inferences, without the data, we start giving a suggestive probability that this is the way it is going to move ahead. First is data, actual data. Then data connected to an inference where you see a secondary thing and you refer to a primary. Sequence of such things, when it happens, you start predicting that there is a probability of that to happen. Why? There is already some amount of data available to show that it is moving in that direction. This is very vague when it goes. This is how the Tarka Shastras will go. Very, very vague. So if you have a certain assurance with the data that this is happening, and based on the direction there is a probability this will happen, you have some amount of certainty of what is going to happen in the future. And that certainty, which is coming out of my primary source, is called Shraddha. See what is happening. If I say faith, for example, whether it will rain tonight or it will not rain tonight. And if I say, looks like it will rain tonight, I will call it blind faith. There is no data at all, right? Suppose you say, you look at the clouds, oh, there are dark clouds, evening 7 o'clock. There are high chances it will rain. Now, what is this? Is it blind faith Or is it an association of this clouds raining, giving you a fair chance of probability that in the past it has rained, so today it may rain? And this reality I have seen with my primary source. So there is a fact and there is also a probability which is very clearly associated. And when such a thing is there, you tell with conviction, no, I'm sure it will rain. But imagine a person who is born blind. He will never understand this conviction of yours. Why? He has never seen what is a cloud and he has never seen what is a rain. So he cannot make such an association. Are you able to understand this? So this association and future prediction together is what is becoming. If that data point of association is not there, then it is blind faith. समझ में आ रहा है? For example, if someone says, if there are 10 people, especially in all these old movies and all, they will show, like take Shirdi ke Sai Baba. One person comes to Shirdi. He has only heard something. And if everyone says, no, 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 this is what Sai Baba can do, and if he accepts it, it will be blind faith. For these people, it is Shraddha. For this person, it is blind faith. But everything starts with a blind faith. Understand that. Huh? We can't leave blind faith also. That is why this faith is such a, but that blind faith remaining as blind is not acceptable. The blind faith should get converted to Shraddha with data points, with primary source. Correct? Whenever a child, see, look at a small child, from that you will understand. जब वो छोटा बच्चा मम्मी के साथ जाता है तो पल्लू पकड़ता है या उंगली पकड़ता है. Why? The child does not have blind faith on this mother. The child has Shraddha on the mother. The past association of holding hand and security which the child gets from this mother is making the child hold the hand again and again till the child is confident. Once the child becomes a little, grows up, then the mother says, hold on, hey, why should I hold the hand? What happened? Now that probability part is not at all there. It is very clear to me. Are we able to understand this? So it is Shraddha on the mother which is coming from the primary source of this association. So whenever, why am I bringing even this blind faith into the picture is, when you are sitting here and saying that I'm learning, you start with a blind faith. When over a period of time there are incidents which are told which is connecting to your primary source and that fits logically, many a times the same thing has happened, then you say, this sir will talk logically only. He will make me understand. That blind faith has got converted to Shraddha. Imagine one day I simply blabber something. Immediately you'll say, what has happened to sir? He is not normally like this, correct? I have moved from that Shraddha area to blind faith now. So there is a very thin line between Shraddha and blind faith. Shraddha comes out of a conviction, blind faith thuka. Lag gaya to lag gaya. It's a herd attitude. It doesn't require intelligence. Shraddha requires a lot of intelligence, of correlation, and looking at the direction and probability. That is why you keep on assessing. When the teacher says something, you keep on assessing. ha, ha. And when it keeps connecting, that Shraddha keeps on improving. But day one, will you have Shraddha? Impossible. The best teacher, the best student, it will be blind faith. Impossible. Why? There is no association for that primary knowledge to work. Are you able to get this? Hopefully, I've been able to explain what Shraddha and blind faith and Bhakti is. Bhakti is what? Manifestation of Shraddha out. Ishwar Bhakti means what? If I have Ishwara Shraddha, then only I will manifest it out, which is Bhakti. Sat Twasmin Parama Prema Rupa. Expressing it out is Bhakti. Feeling of that Shraddha is Bhakti. That is why that relationship between a teacher and student, irrespective of the subject, whatever you may have your own views about a particular teacher, but if that teacher is close to your child, that's it. That Shraddha is so high, whatever you say, that child will never listen to you. My teacher is like this. Again, because it has got converted to that conviction called Shraddha comes out of conviction. It doesn't come out of very, and if it breaks, it is like a glass breaking. It will never get mended again. Shraddha ek baar gaya matlab gaya, choo, never it will come again. Why? You start doubting your own primary source of knowledge, your analysis, your probability, your projection, and you feel what a mistake I have done. Is it clear? So Shraddha and Bhakti, these two, and that is why both are not same, but both are needed. Shraddhavan labhate jnanam ashraddhadanat purusha. He will, person who is a doubting Tom will never get anything. You need to have Shraddha. And that Shraddha is, what is Shraddha? Guru Vedanta Vakyeshu Vishwasa Shraddha. That this Guru is the person who has learned the Shastra by the right way. He was once a student. He knows how to teach the student because he was a student. And he knows the Shastra also. So he knows Shastra. He knows, he has been a student, Sampradaya with Guru. And he knows how to, he knows the emotions and the mind of the student. And accordingly, I'm sure that he will help me to learn. So the Shastra is first there. And the Guru who is the operator. Shastra is Darpana. The Guru is the operator of the Darpana. When both are perfect, Shraddha is Paripurna Shraddha. Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tatsat Brahmarpanamastu. Okay. So next time we will start with the next chapter, which is the 8th. Yeah. Someone was saying something.
Yes, sir. Sir, I just wanted to tell that Shraddha in Sanskrit means Shruta plus Dha, means Satya ko dharan karna, means accepting the truth.
I do not know. You have got it from somewhere?
Sir, yes, sir.
Because I have not heard like this anytime. You may be right, I have no idea. Shruta plus Dha
Yes,
is Shraddha.
yes, sir.
And what is the reference?
Shruta means truth,
No,
Satya.
no. From where is what is the reference? From where did this information come? What is the reference?
Check, but
Sorry?
Sir, I didn't check, but I heard from somewhere.
Check it out, because frankly, I'm telling you, in so many years, I have never heard from my gurus such a. This is etymology, nirukta, how the word is broken. Okay, I have not heard it. It may be right, I have not heard it, but I will also check. It may be true. Shruta plus dha could be. Shruta is heard, dha is buddhi. Could be that also. Shruta, Satya, I don't know. I need some time to check this. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Yeah.
Sir, I have one question. Can I ask?
Yeah, yeah.
सर हम बोलते हैं कि सब में भगवान है, सब भगवान को देखो, बट व्हेन वी आर इन सिचुएशंस व्हेन वी आर वेरी एंग्री और ऑन समबडी, so I mean it is very difficult to implement. I mean how to implement?
That is called sadhana chatushtaya sampatti. It comes by practice. Once you know, see, I have a knowledge. In a given situation, that knowledge is not available to me. Same thing happened with Arjuna, right? He has a knowledge. That knowledge is not available with him. Krishna is restoring back the same knowledge. When you know that this is a pit, whenever I come near that, I fall down. What is a pit? When I get angry, I do not see Bhagavan in anyone. I see Bhagavadas in everyone. Again. So at that time, you have to change it and say, no, it is Bhagavan. So is anger correct? Out of that, which is the truth? You getting angry is correct, or Bhagavan in everyone is correct? Let's assume for current situation, Bhagavan is in everyone. Chalo. Which is the better of the Satya? So you have to learn to leave that anger then at that time. If when I get angry, I don't see, that means what? I have given value to the anger, which you know should not be given. Kama esha krodha esha rajo guna samudbhavaha mahashano mahapapma vidyeham iha vairinam, biggest enemy. और वो एनिमी को हम दोस्त बना के बैठे, और जो भगवान सब में है, विच इज दैट परम सत्य, रिलेटिवली उसको हम छोड़ देते. Which means I have to remind me at that time what I'm doing is incorrect. That effort I have to put. How to remind yourself? You can wear a watch or something where that pressure goes up, beep, 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 beep. It should just ring like an alarm. Bhagwan idhar hai, Bhagwan idhar hai, Bhagwan idhar hai, Bhagwan idhar hai. Haan, acha, acha, shant ho, shant ho. Something, there has to be some trigger, na? To tell. You work out your trigger. Everyone's trigger is different. You can't do anything to that. Slowly we have to learn from it. है कि नहीं? These are natural. This is how that Maya will play, but I have to overcome with that knowledge what I have. And by practice, I have to practice it. That is Nididhyasana. Making that knowledge available when it is needed is Nididhyasana. Not available when I need it, that means that knowledge is useless knowledge then. Whether it is there or not there, it's no use to me. समझ में आ रहे? थोड़ा हट के देखना पड़ेगा. आएगा. See, the moment you even recognize this, that's a big thing. You've been bold to recognize this and bring it out as an issue. There are millions of people who don't even recognize such a thing happens. So, diagnosing the problem is the biggest solution first. Then you can work on solution. You have already diagnosed it, which itself will work. Put some effort in work. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
Hurry up. धन्यवाद, शुभरात्रि.
हरि ओम, धन्यवाद सर.
धन्यवाद सर.
धन्यवाद, sir.